Welcome back to the weekly sneaker review, and this week we get an actual release date for the Nike Air Yeezy 2. We talk a little bit more about the Lebron 9 Elite, and we talk about some of the hottest releases for this weekend. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is what happens when you fall off a skateboard in a pair of Nike Frees.
My kick's on fire.
Starting things off today is a look at the Air Jordan 4 calves. Now, originally, most of us were calling these the Air Jordan 4 Knicks. Now, most of us are calling these the Air Jordan 4 calves. There hasn't been an official word from Jordan Brand whether these are the Knicks or the Cavs. However, based on Mike's rivalry with the Cavaliers, we're thinking that these are the Air Jordan 4 calves. Now, with all that said, despite all of that, whether it's the Knicks or the Cavs, we still don't have a release date for these shoes, but make sure you stay tuned and we will let you know as soon as we find out. Speaking of people who burned the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James is set to release the Elite series of the Lebron 9 and priced at $250. Now, while that price may be a little different than what you expect, Jason Petrie, the designer of the Lebron 9, had this to say about that price point. A good bit of the markup is due to the carbon fiber. It is a complex part, and real carbon fiber is pricey, but the performance benefits are proven. So it looks like the Elite series does have a legitimate performance boost. However, the question is that performance boost worth the 47% price increase? Coming in at number 3, we're going to take a look back about a week or so with Adidas. First up is the Adi Zero Rose 2.5 Hardwood Heather, and the second is the Adi Power Howard 2 with the same name. Now, these models were released as lifestyle versions of the popular performance versions, and they both feature a heather gray and black denim colorway that's accented by high energy orange. They definitely look really nice. Now, the problem is these are just samples at the moment, and according to Soul Collector, there are no plans to release these to the public. After tons of speculation and rumors, it looks like we finally have a release date for the Nike Air Yeezy 2, which is going to be on April 13th. Now, some websites such as StreetThing.com are reporting that the Wolf Gray, not Zen Gray, version of the Nike Air Yeezy 2 will be releasing on April 13th. Now, remember, it was originally slated for March 14th based on a tweet from the Air Mag account, so we believe it's gotten pushed back to April 13th, but this is only in Europe, and they haven't confirmed a US release date, though we believe that the US release date will be the same day as the Europe release, which is April 13th, unless they decide to push it back again like they did originally because it was supposed to be on the 24th. So, with all that said, right now it's only releasing in Europe on April 13th, though it could release in the US on April 13th also, unless Kanye or Nike decides to push it back more. Thank you. And to finish things off today, or well, not finish things off today, but coming in at number 1 is the releases for this weekend. And the number 1 release for this weekend is the Air Jordan 10 Stealth. Now, I did a review on these, so you can check the link right down here. Just click the link, the little annotation right there, and it'll take you to that video. These are priced at $160 and will be releasing on Saturday, March the 24th. And if you follow Nike Store, they'll tweet a link at midnight East Coast time, which is 9 o'clock West Coast time. So make sure you stay on that if these are on your list for this weekend. The second pair is a pair of Obsidian Wolf Gray and White Nike Air Force Ones. These will be priced at, I believe, $90. And finally, there is the Cyber and Obsidian Nike Lebron 9 Low, or actually it's Obsidian and Cyber. The Nike swoosh is Cyber and the rest of the shoe is mostly Obsidian. And these are priced at $150, and these actually released today on Friday the 23rd. So if you're in the mood for those, make sure you go ahead and look for those. I know that they have them at Mr. R Sports in Miami, and you can give them a call. So check out MrRSportsMiami.com for more information about the Nike Lebron 9 Low in Obsidian and Cyber. So those are the releases that were on my radar. If I missed anything, make sure you leave it in the comments and let the rest of the sneaker community know about the shoes that are releasing for this weekend. Let's move on to the question of the video. Last week, the question of the video was about the Nike Air Yeezy 2 in black and pink. Was it a win, a fail, or whatever? As I expected, most of you thought that the shoe was a win. However, I'll say this, a lot of you thought that the shoe was just whatever. You didn't think it was a win or a fail, but you thought it was whatever. I think this has a lot to do with camping and whether you're willing to camp for the shoe or not. Well, keeping in the same vein of the Yeezy, since we actually have a release date for the Nike Air Yeezy 2, Will you be looking to get the Wolf Gray colorway? Let me know. Is the Wolf Gray colorway a win, a fail, or whatever? Same thing as last week, but this time we're talking about the Wolf Gray, not Zen Gray. Remember now, it's Wolf Gray colorway of the Nike Air Yeezy 2. Let me know down in the comments section. Well, I am your host, Jacques Slade. Please like, please favorite, please subscribe, do all that stuff. This is make sure to keeps the show running and lets all the other people know that love sneakers, that follow you and that are friends with you, and lets them all know about the show, and that way we can keep the show running and things like that. If Twitter and Facebook is your thing, that information is down in the description. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the weekly sneaker review, and I will see you next week. Peace. The big deal was that he was wearing the Yeezy 2s, and he actually gave them a shout out. What's that? Yes, you heard about the people camping out for the Air Yeezy 2s already? Yeah, so did I. What's that? You don't even know the release date? Yeah, they don't know the release date either. And neither